You are listening to the So Now What podcast with Lana Manikowski, episode number 120. I'm so glad that you tuned in this week because this episode is for you if you have been struggling with your body image since not being able to have a biological child. The things that we're going to talk about this whole month, we're talking about body image, but today's episode is really going to go deep into something that I think will be really helpful for you and might help you to start to unwind this narrative that has been created in your brain, not because you did anything wrong, not because you've been doing life wrong, or you've been eating the wrong things, or following the wrong people on social media. It's just that we sometimes get caught up in what society feeds us and what our parents have taught us or what we have seen as norm in our surroundings. And this week and the following weeks, this month of March, we are going to get really to the core of how we can start to create a new image of our body and ourself, even though we didn't have the children we always dreamed of. But before I do that, a really important announcement for you. The Others Day brunch tickets are on sale and they are discounted right now. They will only be discounted for another few weeks. The price is listed on the link in my website. The early bird price is $60. That is inclusive of the professionally catered brunch, the mimosa bar, the swag. Oh my gosh, the swag, you guys, is awesome. You are just going to want to show up just to get the swag bag and then be surprised when you stay and you meet some of the most amazing women you'd ever dream of meeting the Saturday before Mother's Day. And I have to tell you, the thing that really stuck out to me most about the feedback I got on Others Day last year was somebody told me, because, the Others Day brunch is always the Saturday, the day before Mother's Day here in the US. And somebody who attended told me that when Mother's Day rolled around the next day, what had always been such a hard time for them, they just couldn't even be sad about it because they were on such a high from being at the Others Day brunch the day prior. And that's what I want. That is why I created the Others Day, because if you are feeling sadness, either because you are not a mom, maybe you have a friend who has recently lost a mom and they just are feeling sad about Mother's Day this year, maybe someone you know who has never had a tight relationship with their mom, invite them. Tell them that they need to come with you and be with you and join these amazing women, and tell them to get on the website, lanamanikowski.com/Others Day quickly, because at the rate we've already sold tickets, I just checked the ticket sales this morning, we are going to sell out. And I don't want you to miss out on joining the Others Day brunch in Chicago this year on May 11th from 11:30 to 2. So reach out if you have any other questions, but I wanted to make sure I covered off on that before we got into more talk about body image. So a lot of people have carried around this perception that their body failed them because it was not able to produce a biological child, or that their body doesn't work right. And all these things that are ticking day after day in our bodies, that just when we wake up and we open our eyes and we're breathing and our heart is beating and our feet move and our legs support us as we walk to and from work or go to the gym, and we have this strength in our body that allows us to do a workout that we want to do. We have put all that on the back burner. The body image that we have does not represent at all these things that are working right. And I say air quotes, right, in your body. And we go to the things that our body does not do, or the shape of our body, or the disgust with our body, because we see these false images on social media or that have been socialized and normalized in our surroundings as ways that we should look and things that our bodies should do in a certain way. And this is going to be the week that we call bullshit on all of that. Because I'm done thinking that I've got to chase somebody else's perception of what a body should do or what a body should look like. And if you felt dissatisfaction at any point in your journey, this is your time to decide that you are going to start with a clean slate for yourself. Imagine how good it would feel to not look in the mirror and pick a part of your body that you wish would look different. Imagine how it would feel to see somebody with a baby bump walk by and have this disgust with yourself that you can't have that. And how do you do that? I think that it sounds great and it sounds rosy, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, tell me everything I need to do. And that's what I'm going to do for you. And a lot of this has to just have you allow an open mind that you have the ability to decide what you want to believe about your body. And how do you do that? You just decide that this is an experiment that you're working on. There is absolutely no grading scale. It's an experiment. And when you think about experimenting with something, what is that? That's usually just seeing how something works, or if something works, or what might happen if ... So we're just doing an experiment with ourselves. What would it be like to decide that your body is fine? It's okay. It's there for you. It did what it could. Some of the things that you might need to work through are just forgiving your body. And on today's episode, I'm going to tell you the way that I know how to do that and see maybe if it works for you. So what you're going to do, you're going to sit somewhere quiet. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to start scanning the parts of your body. And you're going to start, and you might even be able to do this with me now. If you're driving, please don't do this now. But if you are listening to the podcast and you're somewhere nice and quiet, I'm going to lead you through this. And it's going to be the most beautiful opportunity for you to create this forgiveness to your body. So you're going to start by closing your eyes, and you're going to thank yourself for being here today. And you're going to say, I'm working on loving you again. And I'm going to start with my head. So you're going to go down and scan all the different extremities or parts of your body. And I'm going to talk you through this so you don't have to think too much. How do you want to thank your head? Think about your brains in there, and you want to say thank you to your brain that functions every day. And this brain that has led you to this place right now, that does all these amazing things for you. And these ears that listen to all the things around you, even the things that you're not wanting to listen to anymore. You want to thank your ears and say thank you. And I can't wait to open you up to the new things that you're ready to hear about yourself. And then your mouth. And this mouth that gives you such power and has this ability to work for you in a way that can really empower who you are. And this mouth that wants to tell the truth and wants to be true to you and true to your story. And you want to thank your mouth for working every day. And even if it gets you in trouble sometimes, thank you, mouth, for creating words and shaping who I am and the story that I tell every day. And then you're going to go down to your shoulders. You think about the weight that your shoulders carry, and maybe it's a backpack, maybe it's a beach bag, maybe it's a gym bag, maybe it's your purse that you have thousands of things on. But we're going to talk about these shoulders that have been carrying a lot of weight for you. Maybe it's emotional weight. And you want to thank your shoulders for showing up every day, and let your shoulders know that you're trying to lessen the load on them. How about your arms? These arms that you want to thank for the hugs that you're able to give and the hugs that you're able to receive, and the hands that work and do all these amazing things, whether it's driving your car or typing on a keyboard or on your phone. These hands that led you through this journey of IVF, that gave you all your shots and did all the things that you needed to do in order to complete your fertility journey in the way that you needed to do it during your cycles. How about this chest, this whole cavity here from your neck down to your belly button, and all the things? I'll think of all the organs in there and maybe scan through those organs and say thank you. And these breasts and these boobs that might look differently and might be changing in shape, how much you love them. You want to hold them tight and just be like, I wish I could have used you for something else, but you're here and I'm going to love you no matter what shape you look like. And onto your belly. And rub your belly right here, this area that we've fought a lot with. This area that maybe when you're rubbing your belly right now, you might be thinking of where your ovaries are, these things that we wanted to work so well for us. They just didn't produce what we wanted them to produce. I want to tell them that we love them and that we're not mad at them anymore. And that we know that they did what they could do. And even if it didn't result in this gift of motherhood, we're okay with it. So we want to thank them. And this uterus, this vagina, and all these organs, these female organs of ours, this uterus that we thought was going to expand into something greater than it did. We're okay. We want to say thank you. Thank you. We know you tried. We know you've been through so much. We know we put a lot of pressure on you. And really spend some time offering your forgiveness in this. I think of it like as the triangle when you think about the ovaries and the tubes going down to the uterus, the cervix, and the vagina. Like, focus on that triangle. I want you to really think about letting it know that you don't want to be mad at it anymore. You're ready to make up. You're ready to forgive it. You're ready to move forward with it as part of your body and not hold a big grudge towards it anymore. And then down to these legs that have taken us so many places and rapidly expand our days by taking us to and from meetings and classes and nights out and errands and through the grocery store, these amazing legs of ours. I want to thank our legs. I want to thank our feet that bear a lot of brunt, and maybe we don't give them pedicures enough or love them and massage them like we always wish we could, but do that right now. Just put your hands on your feet. Give your toes a little rub between your fingers. Show your feet a little bit of love. And thank our feet. Our feet are there for us so much. All the heels we've shoved our feet into, and running and exercising, and all the abuse we put on our feet. Let's just rub our feet a little bit and tell our feet, thank you. And so if there's any body part that I might have missed today, what do you want to go back to? What part of your body do you want to thank? Because this all starts with acknowledging and showing a little bit of love and respect to this body. And then deciding, how can we make up with our body? Imagine being in a fight with your best friend. Because really your body, in my opinion, is your best friend. There's so much in your body that exists to give you everything that you need. How can you make up with that friend you've been in a fight with? And that friend that you don't really want to be mad at them anymore, but you just don't know how to make up with them, or you don't know the right words to say. How can you make up with your body this week and tell your body you love it and acknowledge it and that it exists and thank it for being here and telling it that you're sorry that you blamed it for so much? You're not going to do that anymore. You're just really going to work on loving your body. So how did that feel? Do you see yourself maybe doing that every day? Maybe before bed or when you wake up in the morning, just doing this quick body scan and starting like I did with the head, going through, maybe there was a part I didn't include. How do you want to talk to that part of your body? How do you want to acknowledge it for how it showed up the day before or how you want it to show up for you today and the day coming? And just kind of scan through your body and start to build this acknowledgement and this respect for this body that has done so much for you, yet we've still judged it so bad. Like, can you imagine, like, separate yourself out of your body? Like, if you were your body, how would it feel to take the brunt that we give it every day and the pissed off nature that we give it every day? Wouldn't it suck? God, I think about sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so tough on my body. Not only the way that it looks, but how it operates and how I wish it would do things differently or be able to lift more or squat more or hold a plank more. Like, damn, body, I'm just going to show you that I love you. And from that place of love, you are going to create the most amazing reuniting of you and your body. And I can't wait to hear how it goes. So I hope you have a beautiful week. I love you. And remember, it's never too late to discover your meaning. I'll talk to you next week.